Okay, this video is going to be terrible, but I'm going to go ahead and show you anyway. This is basically my version of a homemade blue bowl, just on a little bit bigger scale. As you can see here, I've got a large container, large vessel, that I have bought some things from my local superstore. I won't mention the name, but you can buy them quite cheaply. And what I've done is I've went ahead and got a large blue containment vessel. It's essentially one of the laundry baskets that you can get, and it doesn't have any holes in it, obviously. And I've taken apart a few things. I've went ahead and siliconed a large diameter a oil funnel in the center of it, and made a slight deviator here so that when the water circulates, I wired it all in, and it's basically an entire system sitting on top of a unit here. It has a pump, and it has, let's see if I can get this in here. It's got some motors that I had taken out of a seat cushion that you put in to relax your back. I plumbed it in here where you can see that's basically a small T that goes up to a feeder line. Essentially that goes up to where my hand's at. This is the bucket. It's got some water in it. It takes probably about 4.5, 5 gallons of water. I put these brackets on the side of it so that when you set the unit down on top of it, these brackets will slide in the side and under the lip of the container. You can see that I've wired it all in there. You just have to turn the little angle brackets to set it down in there. I wired in some connectors and a pigtail. And basically over here I have a 12-volt battery from a lawnmower. And you take the connections, obviously, put red to red, black to black. We'll go ahead and make that connection there. If you use the back massager out of a car that plugs into your 12-volt battery, you'll actually get a control unit. And what that control unit does is allows you to be able to utilize the function of the massager. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but you can use it to essentially vibrate your gold. And what's going to happen is if you turn that off, you can cut the wires that go to the hot side of your heating pad that goes in there. And if you wire it into heat, you can actually wire that pump into that. Now I'm going to have to hold this as steady as I can for a second. And what it did is the angle that I put this on for my intake, and what that little thing, I know it's really crude, but what that does is it basically will hold where your water's going to pump through out of your 12-volt battery system. Okay, I'm going to turn this on for a second, and I'm going to put my hand over it because I did put a significant angle on it, and hopefully the water won't go all over the place. Okay, what I do here is I put it on here, I hold my hand on it so that it can get a substantial amount of current going around. Okay, once it gets over the intake nozzle, you can basically remove your hand. Okay, what we have here is a 1-quart oil fill. Basically, it's really flexible. And what this does is it has a trickle feed. You essentially put your material in there, and it'll trickle feed down to right here and will come out into the water. As you can see, it's pretty significant stream there. And what I do basically is you'll take your concentrate, and they don't even really have to be concentrate. They can be straight classified material. And what you do with that, you take your little container, and I have some gold that I've already processed, and I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. And what happens is, this is just to show you that it works and you're not going to lose any gold. Okay, as you can see, this water is going around quite quickly. Alright, I've dumped the gold in there. I'm going to let it circulate through a minute, like it would if you had other material in it. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. Now, depending on what kind of material you've got and what kind of classification you have, will let you know whether or not you've got any, how long you're going to have to leave it on there. As you can see, the water is going over the top of the funnel that I cut and basically washing all the little material down. Anything that's not as heavy as the gold, which obviously is not going to be anything in here, will pass over the top, go down in the hole, which is the blue part of the blue bucket down below it, and you're going to end up with hopefully nothing but pure gold. We're going to turn this off. We're going to use the control unit. You just turn it off. That's the one that's wired to the hot side of your... Okay, I'm going to try to get you a close-up look and let you take a look at some of the... See, there's some gold there and there. We're going to run it around here. There's some gold there, but the largest concentration is going to be back over here. There's some gold there. Let's see if I can get you a good picture of this here. I may have to pull it over here out of the way a little bit, get some more water. I'll get some more light to it because the lighting's terrible in the garage. Okay, let me see if I can put this over here where we can see. Okay, that looks like a little bit better. All right, I'm going to bring it down so that, yep, there we go. Okay, as you can see, there's nothing in the bowl but gold. And that's what those little yellow flakes that you see there are. There's some little small nuggets in there. And I know this is very crude, but as you can tell, we didn't lose any gold. We started with about 1/2 gram, and that's about, I'd say there was about 45 flakes in there. And that's what we've got left over. Basically, you'll go back with a snuffer bottle and you'll snuff